It's a choice to try to do something to resolve it. And also, you had said something earlier that you had to get away from toxic people around you. And I can say that leads, definitely, I want to give you a bell on that, when you're going through that, to remove yourself from toxic people that are putting you down rather than supporting you and building you up. There's so many clients that come into my office and they are like, I'm going through depression, or I think I have this or whatever. And then it's through a divorce, and then they get out of the divorce is over, and they're like, I don't think I was depressed at all. I was just unhappily married for so long. There's like stuff like that. You never know if it's the situation around you that's not letting you not allowing you to live up to your full potential in life, or let you live happily. And I know that we have another caller. Welcome to Moments of Clarity. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, Tiffany. It's Richard Amato.
Hi, Richard. Yeah,
How are you?
Very well. Thanks for calling in. How are you doing?
You're welcome. How are you guys today?
Good.
That's great. That's good.
So do you have a question or feedback?
Yeah, I had a question, but it's not actually on topic, so I don't know if it's okay to ask, but I was just wanting to know.
Your first time caller, too. I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I always work. I have, this time is my go time at work on Thursdays, but I'm obviously off from work because our hair salon is closed today. So that's why I have the time today to do this.
The hair salon, man, everyone needs a haircut now.
I know.
That's another topic.
We're going to be busy when I get back, but right now, we're taking a hit, being closed. But anyhow, my question was, how do we go on and try to keep in our normal routine when they're so disrupted and our lives are so interrupted? How do we go on and try to just keep a normal schedule of some type, because for a lot of people it's important to have regimen and and a regular schedule. And how can we go on and try to with us, like people who have to be home from work. So right now you're able to still work, which is wonderful. My wife, she works for a bank, so she's at work. But for me, it's like my life was totally interrupted. I'm not doing what I normally do. So what advice would you have for people like that?
And it sounds like it's a little different than what Rachel is saying, but you're feeling a touch of identity loss as not being able to perform. Real quick, did we lose Patrick? I didn't cut. Or is he still with us? Patrick dropped? No, he's with us?
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you didn't.
Hey, listen. Let me just say I appreciate what you guys are talking about. Rachel, I'm going to cut you some slack for being a Yankee, but I just want to say I hope to maybe get some tips from you on the strength training later on, and maybe some hitting tips for a friend of mine who has a son that really enjoys baseball. So I just want to tell you guys thank you. You guys have a great day, and I'll just listen.
Hey, but really
Thanks,
quick,
Patrick.
stay on for this, because Patrick, you were saying something about routine too. So, and Richard, you totally did not interrupt. We welcome callers all the time, so don't even think that you're never interrupting.
I'll speak just a titch about that, because I know when I was so absorbed in the sports, when I lost sports, I kind of went off the rails. But the thing is you have to just learn to start making that schedule for you. I'm at the store right now. I'm a little sketched out a little bit, but at the same time, I'm still trying. I took a walk this morning. I did some weight training today. I read a book. I listened to music. So these are the things I try to do every day. So that's kind of how I've gone through with my routine. So with that, though, I'll let you guys go. And
thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
I just wanted to make sure that we weren't ignoring you, but thank you so much. And
thank you.
And talk to you soon. And then, but Rachel, I think what Richard's, referring to is a little bit of how a lot of people are out of work right now and not knowing what to do and not wanting to fall into depression because of the loss of identity. And what would you advise on that?
Oh man,
just from not being able to do the sports. Let's not get to the whole pandemic thing, but when you weren't able to pitch or catch, and how did you find positive ways to, you were saying your conditioning and doing other things to be helpful, I think is important.
Oh, I think but I can speak directly to this because, first of all, I'm not out of work, but I'm home from work right now. But also, like, even so, last year I went back and did a second master's degree after being in the workforce for whatever 8 or 9 years, and then I went back and, like, I'm a student again. So and I was a full-time student. It was a very, very full-time program. So you go to class like maybe once a day, or sometimes only 3 times a week for whatever, and then you have to make up your schedule out of thin air, where usually you have a schedule that's given to you. And in your case, you have people coming to you and for haircuts, and so they make your schedule, and then you might have like a little block of time, so it forces you to be so efficient with your time in your breaks. Whereas when you have this fully open day, it's so easy to just lay down on your couch and be like, well, I've got this fully open day, and then you've done nothing all day, and then you don't feel a sense of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right, and I've been through so many periods like that where baseball goes in season and an off season. So in our off season, we have 2 or 3 months where our schedule is very open, and we're all at home doing nothing, but we're working from home or working only a couple hours a day. And so trust me, I have been through many periods like this. So people are like, how are you handling? And I'm like, great, because I already know how to do this. So I basically just, like, I wake up early. It's basically I wake up at the exact same time that I wake up without, or if we were, not on break from baseball. So my alarm is set for 5:30, and I usually am out of bed by 6. I usually read a bit, but then for me personally, I have a pretty good schedule of, okay, I make my coffee and I read for 45 minutes, and then by that time the sun is up, and so I go out, and I'm outside right now, and I work out for probably about an hour to an hour and a half for me personally. And then when I come home, I've got calls scheduled for me. Again, that's, these interviews, or that's a call with a friend or whatever. But I actually, like, man, as soon as it's hit, I have a scheduling service, and I schedule my days like
as much
every
as you
15
can.
minutes. Yeah, and by the way, that scheduling service is free. You can pay. I pay $15 a month, but there's a free version of it. And so I have a scheduling service for myself, and it's like I just try to be very regimented. And so at the end of the day, even if I've only worked out and talked to my mom, I'm like, okay, I checked those things off my list. I did something today, and I feel accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you are just kind of lost in your schedule and you go with the flow, then that's good for a couple of days, right? We all can have a weekend or a vacation, but long term, you really need to think about the effects that has on you.
Mm-hmm. And I completely agree, Rachel. That's great advice. And but Richard, also, I can relate personally a little bit because most of you know I'm busy, right? I have a practice, a counseling center, a radio show. I'm doing another Zoom show, and then on these support groups, and then this stay-at-home thing, and like the shopping part, and all this stuff has taken stuff off. A lot of my team has been so supportive of taking things off my plate, and it kind of gets to the point where I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself, and I almost feel like I'm forgetting to do something all the time. It's in the back of my head, like, what am I forgetting to do? It's so weird to have free time. I get what?
Sidetracked. You're getting sidetracked.
Right. Well, and not only that, but it's like when you take away the things that were filling your time so much, and now we're not able to do it, and we have free time, it feels awkward because we don't know what to do with our time. But then someone recommended to me, this is the time to be creative and do the things you wanted to do that you didn't have time to do before. And
100%.
And be creative and journal and read the book that you've been trying to get through that's on the bedside that's almost a coaster by now because you want to read it, but you never have time, and it's made so much sense to me. It's like, all of a sudden I can do these things, and those are the things that I was putting on the back burner, so to speak, because I had other priorities in line at the time. And this is actually on a positive way, like with the silver lining, is giving us all the opportunity to think about what are the things we wish we could do before, and we just didn't have time to because life got in the way. And what are some things that we wanted to accomplish or like dreamed of in the back of our head but couldn't because time was in the way, or like life just got in the way, or we had other things that we had to do rather than wanted to do, like picking kids up from school all the time or driving them in. Unfortunately, schools are out, but now that time we have to ourselves, packing lunches, there's things that took up our days and I'm looking forward to those days to come back because I want my kids in school and not going stir crazy at home, and they're going to be online school starting Monday. But at the same time, it's just a lot of these things are free time that we're forced to take free time. So do the things that you can do. And Richard, I know that you founded a mental health group, OCD Friends, and are helping so many people. You can invest more time into that or other things to be an advocate since you can't work,
Yeah. Well, I have been doing that a little more now, because of not working. But I think it goes back to what you said earlier about the identity thing, like being. I've been in this business since I was really young. I started when I was about 18, and this past Sunday I just turned 60. So that's a lot of years.
Yay.
And I just feel I'm lost, like a fish out of water. I mean, I go in 5 days a week. I'm still working full time, and my clients aren't just my clients; they're my friends. Mm-hmm. And it's just like all of a sudden, at last Thursday was my last day, which we probably shouldn't have still been there working then. Mm-hmm. But there were conflicts from the governor as to when we had to close. They changed it 4 different times. First, it was supposed to be last Tuesday, then Saturday, Friday, and then finally it was Thursday was our last day. But anyway, I guess that's what it is. And I have plenty of things to do. It's so strange because I have a home schedule and a work schedule. And at home, I'm trying to follow the same schedule I had. I work out and, do my house chores and things like that. And I'm trying to follow my home schedule the best I can. But I still feel and it's only the beginning. I'm not concerned so much as of now, because right now it's almost like I've been having a staycation for a week. But I'm worried this is going into weeks. How it's going to take
don't worry about that. Me. But follow a schedule, and we'll talk about this a little more later, Richard. But I have to take my second break and let you go. But I appreciate the call, and it really put some things into perspective, how sports, everything. We all are going through something and a lot of change, and we do have to adapt. And Rachel's been giving some great tips. But thanks for calling in, Richard. I have to let you go, and it's time for our second break. And we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Financial independence is not a dream. It is a decision. Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills. Call us today at 727-422-7761 to schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Werner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.